I have a little bit of a treat today for my members and subscribers, and that is a vintage penny roll. All right, how do I know it's vintage? One way is the type of penny wrapper. The penny wrapper is a triple diamond. You can still buy these, but generally speaking, um, they're older penny wrappers. Also, it has the phone number of and the name of the person who brought the penny into the bank. They did this in case the penny roll had less than 50 pennies. They would actually contact. Imagine that they would contact the person who brought it in, and they would have to. They would owe them a penny or two. So these were part of my collection of pennies that I got from the bank that had all copper pennies. Now, is this one going to have all copper pennies? I don't think so. I don't think this is going to be an all copper penny roll. We'll find out in this right now, obviously. Yeah, and there definitely looks like there's some zinc in here, right? If you want to just find out real quick, we'll look at this one. But there is a ton of copper here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we have some zinc in here. I think it's going to be mostly copper, though. Yeah, we have some zinc. 1995. That's a long time ago. I'm going to keep this on the side. It's funny that the first penny we pull out has mechanical doubling on it, and it has improper mixture. You can see the zinc showing through. You see the light. Where's my little pointer? You can see the light. Those light gray patches. That's the zinc showing through the clad or improper mixture of the clad solution or improper uh, electroplating. And you can see big areas where the zinc didn't adhere or the copper didn't adhere correctly. All right, so that's a 1995. We'll keep it here, and it would not surprise me if some of the older, some of the newest pennies, excuse me, are around that time, 1990 in the 1990s. If we find any 2000s, it wouldn't shock me, but all right, so this one's going to take a while. These copper pennies need a lot of them need to be looked at under the loop, so I have to take the. All right, so this one has mechanical doubling on it, no double dies on the obverse, and no double die on the reverse. Okay, so we're on the board with a copper. Here goes another zinc, 1998. So we have a newer one here. We'll switch them up. And that will give us a general idea of how old this was like a copper. That's some pretty wild scratches. It's odd to see scratching like that. Look at the N. See how thick the N is? And look, it looks like it's doubled. The only question is it mechanical? The scratches really destroy the value, even if it is a double die. It puts it into such poor condition. But I gotta be honest with you, these scratches are very odd. It's on both sides. It is on both sides. All right. So we have another copper penny. 87. So I talk a lot about the penny wrapper and the older 86, the older penny rolls, right? Because that's where you're going to find the most copper and the best chance that you got That 2002. Okay, so that's much newer. Still, it's 23 years old, right? 2002 is 23 years ago. It's a long time. 86. And the lower the chance is that these are returned pennies from someone who searched through them already. No white AM. Right? Because think about it. How many of the pennies, nice 1982, how many pennies, look at the U and the trust. That's interesting. That and the E in Liberty. Let me look at that under the loop. That you find that the bank have been searched through. We're talking about years and years and years and years. People die. This one's a double die. This is a double. I don't know if that U has anything to do with the doubling, to be honest with you. It might, but the Liberty is spread. And you can see the top of the R in Liberty. So it was when it was squeezed the second time. Oh yeah, nice. When it was squeezed and the Y, you can just it shifted the die just a bit, and you could see how it spread into the direction towards the center of the coin. It's weak. It's not valuable. I don't think so. If it was a mint penny, this is misaligned die north to south. Look how it squashed. Look what it did to the letters at the top. How cool is that? I'm going to take a picture of this one. Look at that. That's super cool. This has value. Let me take a picture. This has value. You see it's missing the top of the E there? Oh, that's super cool, man. And the top of the O and the D. And look how thick those letters are. That has value. That's a valuable. When I say value, I mean, $5. That's a $5 penny right there. The 98, I believe, is the hardest one to find for white AM. There's one that's worth $100. I can't remember if it's the 98 or the 99. Could be the 99. So as you see, we're finding a lot of copper, as promised. I'm getting my main computer. I'm getting it severely upgraded, almost to the point of I got a 2 terabyte, which I know they're up. I know when I say upgraded, I mean upgraded for me, not for you fat cats out there. For you fat cats, you could have a $5,000-$10,000 computer, but I'm in mine upgraded to the 2 terabyte SSD. I picked up the video card, and it wouldn't work with the current power supply, so I'm getting 1,000-watt power supply put in it, and then the video card that I picked up it's one of the bigger ones. They're like $300-$400. Which of course, again, it's not a big time, but for me, that I'm going to do it. So it's a total upgrade of the SSD, and I was at Windows Home. I'm going to Windows Pro. So I'm using one of my older computers. Thank God I keep them on the side. Another 98, no white AM. I saved it. I did not throw it out like a lot of people throw the computers out, and I'm using it now, and it's working just fine. It's a small form factor. My other one's an Alienware R13, which I know is an older one. I think they're up to R16 or 17 already. But it's going to be fully maxed out with the 1,000-watt power supply and all that. It's going to take my cousin's working on it, one who gave me the penny, the golden penny that I did a video on the other day. The bottom of the chin looks doubled. Do you see that? Might not be, but it looks it. Maybe not. Could just be a mechanical doubling. Probably is. So he helps me out a lot. I'm thankful to everybody who's supportive in my life, including here on YouTube. You know, I like when I start every about, I don't know, I don't want to say once a month. I don't want to get crazy here. But every once in a while, I'll get a subscriber, and the subscriber will be really into the channel, you know, and and then they'll become a member, you know. So that's pretty cool. Like Gino, you know, Gino's our newest member. Hope he sticks around for a while. And it's one of the things, in my opinion, that keeps the channel energized. Interesting. Oh, look! You know, I really thought it was a copper. I'm gonna weigh this one. Can you look at those scratches? Those scratches, they don't look like they're going into. Isn't that weird? How they don't look like they're going into zinc? That is so weird. That is so weird. How this coin, the scratches don't look like it's when it scratches the surface, it should show zinc below it. 256. So it's not, but wow. That just shows you how good of a technology they had in the first year of no copper pennies, which is the 83. Look how thick the electroplating is, the copper plating, that even deep scratches don't show this. Forget about it. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm too far away. No wonder I can't see it. The newer pennies, a light scratch. Here goes another 83. The newer zinc cents, a light scratch, and you see white. You see the zinc below. 2000. No white AM. So now that the channel is really, really taking off, I'm almost, by the time this video is showing, I'm over 1,000 subscribers a month. My goal, my hope is that I hit 2,000, 2,100 subscribers a month, which would put me at about 25,000 subscribers a year. And by the end of this year, I'll hit 25, and then then 3 more years of that would get me to my 100,000 subscriber mark, and I would get the YouTube plaque. Maybe by that time I have my own studio. I could put the black plaque behind me, have cameras. I can do live stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff I want to do, but my space is so you know, I have zero space here, you know? Zero space. It's horrible. I got this little desk, and I got all kinds of stuff on top of it, and that's bad. So this is the 89. The 89, for those of you who don't remember, has the flare G. You can see on the bottom of the G, FG, there's a little serif, right? And that's what you want to find on the 88. If you find the FG, 89 FG, oh, look at this. I think we might have, oh no, I don't think that's a beehive. Let me look at that under the loop. That would have been cool if it was. No, it's a zinc blister. It's a zinc blister. It's not a beehive. The beehive is when you have, usually it's at the edge of the, it's either here or it's here, and you have, it looks like a beehive on the side of the building, and it's that's worth about $10. The 88 with 89 FG is worth 100. I think it's worth 100 now. There's another 89. All right, so there's more zinc in here than I thought. That's number one. I mean, we're probably going to hit, 12 or 13, which is a good amount. But there's way more zinc in here than I thought there was going to be. But still, I think the 2002 is the newest penny. That's a nice 68. You can see the misaligned die and the separation between the planchet rim and the die rim. The letters are very close to the rim, and it has that real nice copper appearance to it. '85, also misaligned die. There's no rim on the right side. Oh, look at this. Look at the O. The O is doubled. So we have doubling on the reverse. The question is it a double die or not? Let me look at it under the loop. It's one of the nicer ones I've seen. Now, I'm going to say this is double die, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. You're not going to guess why unless you noticed it when I showed it. Oh yeah, the letters in the America are also spreading towards the right, towards the west. So we're going to go back to this O, and I'll show you what. Now, you would think the first thing that you notice is the left side, right? You see how it's doubled, right? It's split there. Believe it or not, when I saw that, I thought mechanical doubling. It's not that. It's not this part. It's this part that makes me think the double die right there. Not this side. Even though that now I know that it is a double die, that is doubling. It's here. That's where it got the second squeeze, and you can see it shifting out towards the right. So when I first saw that, I said, "Oh, that's mechanical doubling." But when I see this, I think double die. So we got a double die. That's nice. That is, what year is this? I'm going to go to Copper Coins real quick and see if he has it on his reverse. We got this 80, 85. All right, so let's check out the 85 on Copper Coins. If I remember, I will put it in as a comment below. I will put the link to Copper Coins to his date guide. So now we're going to, okay, I'll show you what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay, so if you click the link below, you will see this. This is Copper Coins date guide, right? Then we go to 1985, right? All right, and then we're looking for, it's a P, right? So it's the P and it's the reverse. 1DR for reverse. 1 penny doubling on reverse, right? I think that's what it stands for. 1985 P, 1 doubling on reverse. Let's click that. And now, all right, now remember I told you it was in the America. But let's see if we see, okay, he doesn't have anything else. Light close spread can be seen on the Uni, 1 cent, Rica, America, a miter not. All right, we're looking for the O in 1. He doesn't have it. Okay, all he has is the America. But that's how you find it, and that's how you use the date guide in Copper Coins. All right, because I know I talk about it and I've shown it, but we got a lot of new people, and this is how you search. Okay, so it's showing mostly in America. So I told you that in the America, there is also spreading. So I said it, and then he showed it. All right, let me see if I can get this correctly. It's not. Okay, here we go. Okay, see, it went into focus. And it said the Rica. Remember he said the Rica? And you can see the R is spreading there. See, you can see spreading all over. And then in the States and of, that's a grease strike right there. Look how nice. Look how nice the top of the States looks. That's beautiful. That's nice. It's just an added detail. It looks like it's spreading also in the U. And he said uni, right? In the uni, remember? You remember that's what he said in the uni? And look, you can see the spreading in the uni. Look at the N. So we have a second double die. No. That's the first. The first one we found. I said I'm not sure if it's a double die. Not. I don't think. Oh no. That one I said also I thought it was a double die. That's the first one. So we got two double dies in our coin roll hunt so far. 2001. Look at the surface on this. Is that a beauty? And the newest penny so far is a 2002. Let's check the rotation. Okay, that's pretty even. That's why I can't use gloves. I can't hold on to the. I can't hold on to the. Another double die. Nah. Yeah, look at that on the 4. Inside and outside of the 4 and the 9. Look at the extra thickness on the 9. See the line going through the middle? Oh, look at yeah, right. Let me check that Y out. Hold on. How come through the camera I see something sticking up in the middle, but under the loop I don't? I don't see anything. I swear through the camera I saw something sticking out in the middle of the Y. Maybe it's just optical illusion. But let me look at that 4 real close. The 4 is spreading to the side, and you always have to look at the L in Liberty, see if there's a little notch on the bottom, which I don't see. The 4. Wow. That 4 looks double to me. Really, really does. And how about that 9? You see, I can't see. The camera is actually better than the loop in some cases. See, I can't see the doubling on. You see the doubling on the 9, the little line through it? I can't see that through the loop. But look at the 4. Look at the doubling on the 4. That's another double die. 3 double dice so far. It's crazy. Now, Eric is my most experienced member, so he'll let me know in the comments below if he thinks I'm correct or not. They look like doubling to me. They might not be, and people might disagree, but those 3 that I just showed look like doubling. This is misaligned die. It even bowled out the shape on the left side. I got the light still on. I don't like using the light when I do my penny roll hunting because it takes away the contrast. I like the contrast. 2002, so I start with 23. So far, it looks like we're looking at a 23-year-old penny roll. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pennies, so copper pennies so far. It's 22%, and we're going to find some more. Is this copper? I don't know. I can't tell. Looks like zinc. Yeah, it's zinc. $85. And I can't tell. Looks like copper. $74. That's a nice one. That's a nice a copper penny. Make sure we don't have a repunch mint mark there. Even that 4 looks doubled. Look at the 4 on this one. Yep. Wow, it's crazy, man. So this is very easy to miss. These slight doubling like you see here. Now, again, is it a double die? This one I'm not too sure of. Man, that looks like doubling to me. Look at the bottom of the 4. Again, Eric will let me know, but that looks like doubling to me. That one I'll put a question mark on. It wouldn't surprise me if some of you out there thought that was also a double. Another 2002. Again, that's the second one. Confirming so far that we have a 23-year-old. Here goes another 2002. A 23-year-old penny roll. Another 2002. That's 3 of them. And the fact that there's so many of them, right? Because, I mean, it could have, it goes another 2002. It could have been in 2023, like the beginning of 2023, and they were just getting a lot of 2022s. 2002s, excuse me. I said 2022. I'm sorry about that. That was an error. 2002s. 23. I'm getting to 23, and man, I'm stupid. Don't pay attention to me. That's a beauty. A little dirty, but otherwise really nice looking. Another 2002, a 23-year-old penny. Again, most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if in the beginning of 2003 is when maybe they closed down their business, whatever the case may be. And they had, so I got these pennies, I believe, in the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. So, a year and a half ago, and they had just brought them into the bank. I think the person died, personally, and the grandkids brought them in. So that at that point, they would have been 21, 22 years old. And so imagine that these penny rolls were hanging around in this person's house. I got to look at that. I have to look at that under the loop. For 22 years, man. I don't know. I don't know what the scratch is. That is so odd. I don't know if it's a scratch. I can see the sides a little bit lifted up. And the way it's laying. It's not extra metal though. And I see the trail, I don't know, man. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. That's a real tough one. I have, I don't know if I'm going to put this into a flip or not. That's an odd scratch, man. There's certain things after you look at coins long enough that you start to tell, like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing going on this coin. It's perfectly sound. There's no scratching. There's no post mint damage. And then all of a sudden you got this little fine mark that doesn't look like a scratch. You know what it looks like? It looks like there's a piece of string there and then it lifted up and it took off, but I don't know what it is. That is odd. That's a super odd. It could be post-mode. It probably is. Oh, we got ourselves a nice Canadian. Yeah, boy. Look at how the marks are all the top part. It must have been caught in a ejector. So it's a Canadian and it's has a post mint ejection. So for those of you also who don't know, United States is like the only, as far as I know, it's the only country that correctly makes coins that when you flip it, they stay the same direction. So if you notice Canadians and just about every other country I've ever seen, see if you go like this, they look the same, right? But in the United States, our coins are done so if you flip them, they stay um, the correct direction. But other countries, when you flip them, they're upside down. You have to rotate them. Orientation, that's the word I was looking for. They stay with the correct orientation. 2001. So this was a very, very nice. Is that a dime? Oh, we even got a dime in there. Look at that. And we got a dime. What a cool penny roll this hunt this has been. I hope you enjoyed it. 2000. I told you, man. This is an old penny roll. See, every coin in the U.S. when you flip it, it's the orientation stays correct. It's a nice looking dime. Of course, it's 2020. It's 2000, so it's brand new from 2002 when they put this into a penny roll accidentally. And if we found the 2003 right now, then that would just tell me that it would be a very, very early, like they just got it. It was a new penny. And because right now I'm thinking 2002 is when they made this penny roll. All right. Getting towards the end here. I think we have one more copper. So far we got about what's that? Plus we got 6. We got about 13, 14 copper pennies plus that Canadian, which is copper. 2001. Looking for that second squeeze. Double dies. I think we have one more copper coming up. 97. All right, it's not the double ear year. Oh, look at that. No, it's just, I don't think it's doubled. It looks a little, from that direction, it looks doubled. Let me look at the under the loop. No, I'm going to say no to the doubling. It does look a little on the fat side. No die clashes today. That was a surprise. Oh, wow. Look at this. How cool is that? You got to wonder, right? Where was this type of damage done? The reverse is perfect. It's just on the obverse. You know, what type of mechanical tool has the strength to go through copper like butter? It's probably done at the mint. Doesn't add any value because I can't find any references for that type of damage. And here's our last penny of the day. This was a great penny roll hunt, another 97. No double dip. The double ear you really want to see is where there's a big fat second ear. And I think it's the 97. I'll tell you, let me go look. It's on the penny mat. I don't have the picture of the penny. Do I have the picture of the penny mat on this computer? I might have transferred it. Let me see. Is it disconnected? I don't have it here. All right. I think it's the 84 and the 97. So what you want to see is a second ear. Sometimes you'll just see the line of the second ear. But of course, the bigger the ear, the bigger the doubling, the more it's valuable it is in combination with the condition. So you can see a little bit of it here. You see the little line right there? That could be the hair, but I found them with a big complete ear on the side, and those are the ones that are value. So that's another thing you could do is, it's good to at least know, take a picture of a penny mat, and that way you could reference the key varieties and some of the other more popular doubling. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please click like and subscribe. God bless. This is episode, I want to say 497. That I could check. Yeah, this is episode 497. I will see you in episode 498.